here's some examples from the day 38 assignment. So here we want to use similar triangles to find the missing height. These are similar triangles due to, well, in this case, they just told us they're similar. Since they told us already that the triangles are similar, we don't need to prove that they're similar. So we know that similar triangles, or any type of similar polygons, the sides are proportional. So that's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for H, which is a side. Sides are proportional, so I have to write a proportion. So there's a couple ways that this could be done. What I tend to just set up my ratios by corresponding sides. So here in this triangle, H is the side AB, which are the first two letters, so that corresponds to XY, which is 5.6. So I would say H over 5.6 would be equal to, since H is also part of the triangle with the 250, I would write the 250 on top over the side that corresponds to, which is 15. If two fractions are equal, their cross products are equal. So then I would then say that 15 times H, which is 15H, is equal to 5.6 times 250. So 5.6 times 250 that gives me 1400. So 15H is equal to 1400 divided by 15. And that gives me 9.333. They said round to the nearest tenth, so H is approximately equal to 9.3. What did we do wrong? Round to the nearest tenth, 9.3. 5.6. Did I calculate it wrong? Oh, 93.3. Sorry, I just read the calculator wrong. 93.3. That makes more sense. 93.3. Okay, use similar triangles to find a missing distance. Now, these I actually could prove if I wanted to. Due to vertical angles, these angles here are the same, and both triangles have a 90 degree. So these are similar by angle similarity. But they do tell me that the triangles are similar. They give me a similarity statement. So I want to find the missing height. I got to figure out what corresponds. So D is the distance of side EF, which are the first two points in EFG. So that corresponds to IH, which is 80. So I would say D over 80 is equal to the 48 is part of the same triangle with a D, so that goes on top, and that would correspond to the 60. So 60D is equal to 80 times 48. So 60D is equal to 8 times 480. Sorry, 80 times 48 is 3840. And if you divide by 60, that gives you 64. So D is equal to 64. .64 meters. Oh, scary. Tyrannosaurus Rex. To find the height of a dinosaur in a museum, Amir placed a mirror on the ground 40 feet from its base, and he stepped back so that he could see the top of the dinosaur. Amir's eyes were approximately 5 feet 8 inches above the ground. What is the height of the dinosaur? So yeah, these triangles that are created are similar by angle. There's a rule that says that the angle of inflection is equal to the angle of reflection. So that's these angles here that are the same, which makes the triangles similar. So we want to find out what is the height of the dinosaur. Well, let's call that D. So the height of the dinosaur in this case would correspond to the height of the person, which is 5 foot 8 inches. But this is a mixed measurement. We don't want to be doing proportions with mixed measurements. So we have two choices. We could either go to feet or go to inches. They want the final answer in feet, but you got to be careful when you go to the bigger unit. That might involve fractions. I would actually, I like to go to the smaller unit, so I would do that. Since there's 12 feet in an inch, then 5 times 12 plus the 8 inches that are left over, that's 68 inches. So this person is 68, so I'm going to use 68, but I got to remember that I'm in inches, so all my other measurements have to be on inches. The distance from the dinosaur was 40 feet. 40 feet is 480 inches, so I'll put 480 because 40 times 12 is 480 inches. And then 4 feet, which is the distance from the mirror to the person, 4 times 12 is 48. Okay, so I can cross multiply now. Just since I have big numbers, not that you have to do this, but if for those of you that are more mathematically inclined and you can see these things develop, 480 can be divided by 48. The same way that 40 could be divided by 4, so can 480 divided by 48. That gives you 10. So if you were to do it that way, d over 68 is equal to 10 over 1, which makes cross multiplying more simple. 1 times d is just d. 68 times 10 is 680. But you got to remember, though, I'm not going to write 680 because this 680 is in inches. I have to convert it back to feet. So I got to get that 680 and divide it by 12. So 680 divided by 12 is 56.66 feet. So it's approximately 56.6. This is why we stayed away from decimals. Do they say it around? Amir's, what's the height of the dinosaur? And it doesn't say word around. So I'm gonna just try 56.7. See if that works. .7 feet. Compare the ratios to the shadow, and I did that. Did I calculate? So the dinosaur, 5 feet 8 inches is 68. 40 feet is did I do that wrong? 40 times 12 is 480. .680 divided by 12 is 56.66. Is it a rounding issue? Let's try rounding to the nearest foot, maybe 57 feet. Okay, see that's kind of poor. They had me round to the nearest foot, but they should have told you that. That's I blame that on the book. They should have put that there. But at least those of you watching this video, and at least now you know on this one that you might need to round to the nearest foot. Okay, here's a pineapple. Same thing, similar triangles. They want the answer now in inches, which that makes life a whole lot easier because now we can convert to inches. Let's see. The question says the student's height is 5'8". What is the height of the pineapple? So let's call the pineapple P. We know from the previous question that 5 feet 8 inches is 68 inches. The good thing is that now we'll be able to stay in inches. Now this distance of the shadow from the pineapple is 8 feet 9 inches. So 8 times 12 plus 9. 8 times 12 is 96 plus 9 is 105. So we'll go with the shadow of the pineapple, which is 105, and then this girl's shadow, the student, her shadow is 2 feet. 2 feet is 24 inches. So here 24p is equal to 68 times 105. 68 times 105 is equal to 7140. Divide by 24, divide by 24. 7140 divided by 24 is 297.5. They said round to the nearest tenth, but there is no reason to round because that's actually exact. So let's 297.5. A city is planning an outdoor concert for Independence Day celebration. To hold speakers and lights, a crew of technicians sets up a scaffold with 2 platforms by the stage. The first platform is 8 feet 2 inches off the ground. The second one is 7 feet 6 inches off the above the first platform. The shadow of the first platform stretches 6 feet 3 inches. Find the length of the shadow of the second platform. Okay, so since what's happening is here, the triangles are overlapping. The best thing you could do is separate the triangles. Draw the separate similar triangles separately, so that the small one here we have 6 feet 3 inches, and then 8 feet 2 inches. But then on the bigger triangle, you got to be careful because what we want right here is this shadow. That's what we're looking for. But the height is a combination. You have to add 8 feet 2 inches with 7 feet 6 inches. So if you add that, that gives you 15 feet with 8 inches. And so now they want this shadow, and they want this one in feet and inches. So, but for the purposes of the proportion, mixed measurements still don't work too well. So I'm going to go to inches like I have on the past 2 examples. We'll convert to inches, and then at the end we'll worry about converting back to the mixed measurement. So let's see. Let's go with the height of the small triangle, 8 feet 2 inches. So that would be 8 times 12 plus 2. 8 times 12 is 96 plus 2. That's 98. So this is 98 inches. 6, the shadow, 6 times 12 plus 3 is 72. Plus 3 is 75. So this is 75 inches. And then 15 feet 8 inches. 15 times 15 times 12. 15 times 12 plus 8. 15 times 12 is 180. Plus 8 is 188. So this is going to be 188 inches. I'm not going to use an S for shadow because my S's look like 5, so I'll just use an X for what I'm looking for. So that shadow compared to the other shadow, which is 75, would be equal to the height of the shadow stage, which is 188, over the smaller triangle, which is 98. So then 98x is equal to 75 times 188. 75 times 188 is 14100 divided by 98 is 143.87. All right, this is going to be some fun now. So, all right. I'm getting a decimal that's filling up my calculator screen. So here's what we're going to do. Here's how we go back to mixed measurements. The whole part of this decimal is 143. So I know I'm going to have 143 feet. I could fill that in here now if I want to, 140. But I got to figure out how many inches. Well, 143 feet times 12. Let's see, am I going to have to reduce this? Yeah, I guess I'd have to reduce it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I can get away without it. Let's see. 143 times 12 is 1,716. So I have 1716 worth of inches coming from the feet, plus some leftovers. Oh wait, no, because never mind. No, that's not gonna work because this was supposed to be the inches. I have rounded inches. Wow, that sure makes life more challenging. Let me make sure. 15 times 12 equals plus 8 is 188. So 75 times 188 equals divided by 98. All right, so I'm gonna take a guess then, and guess that because that 143, that's not feet, that's inches. I'm gonna guess that they wanted us to round. Oh no, you know what? It does say it. It says to the nearest inch. Okay, so at least this one they do say it. So this x that we wanted is 144 inches. That 143 wasn't feet; it was inches. So now let's turn that 144 into feet and inches. So now 144 divided by 12, that I know is 12. So actually 144 divided by 12 is 12 with nothing left over. So this is just going to be 12 feet 0 inches. $12 feet 0 inches. I have an incorrect measurement. All right, what am I doing wrong? 6 feet 3 inches. 6 times 12 is 72 plus 3 is 75. 15 feet 8 inches is 188 inches. Let's read it again. To the nearest inch. So my proportion is fine. Find the length of the shadow of the second platform. Unless they're going to say, which would be therefore, unless they're going to say that this is not 144, that it was supposed to round to 143. And if I rounded to 143 and did 143 divided by 12, 12 would fit into 143 11 times. 11 times 12 is 132. So, is it 11 times 12, 120, and an extra, yeah, it's 132. So with an extra 11, so this would be 11 and 11 twelfths. So let's try that. Let's try 11 feet with 11 inches, but in that case, the rounding error is on their part, not on mine. Let's try 11 with 11. The shadow of the first platform stretches. Find the length of the shadow of the second platform in feet. Oh, okay. I know what it is. So what it is that it's not worded all that great, but I guess there for them the shadow is only this part here. They only want from B to D. So I'm gonna go back to the way I had it before, which was the 144 inches, which was the 12. but that 12 is from A to D. So I gotta do 12 minus 6 feet 3 inches. So 12 feet is 100. I'm gonna do it in inches. 144 inches minus 6 feet 3 inches. We said was 75 inches. So let's try that. That should be 69. 69 inches. 144 minus 75. And then 69 in feet and inches. 69 divided by 12. 12 goes into 69 5 times with 9 left over. So 5 feet 9 inches. And that's correct.